retirement report. To get on with the speeches, our first speaker is proud to have spent 7 years in the Army. He served in Iraq from 2004 to 2005. He dreams of one day opening a church in the neighborhood he grew up in, a church that reaches out to the lost, broken, rejected, and abused. He aims to bring them relief, comfort, freedom, and restoration. He is motivated by his 2 sons, grandmother, and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He now lives life with a purpose and truly believes that one person can make a difference. Our speaker will be giving his 26th speech from the Interpersonal Communication Manual. The objectives are to persuade and to inspire. He intends to inspire his fellow peers to live a better quality of life and to take control of their futures. He will also show our equality and that we are everyday people. Titled, Am I Really Better? Please help me welcome Mr. Tre Francis.
Good morning again, fellow Toastmasters, guests, Ms. Millette, viewers. It is an honor and a great privilege to be able to share this speech with you today as a representative of Carpe Diem Toastmaster here at Saguaro Correctional Center. Am I really better? Am I really better? That's the question we're going to try to answer today. Today's world has become so corrupt and so deceived. Corrupt because we judge each other based on financial status, the clothes that we wear, the cars that we drive. We judge each other based on skin color. We even judge based on criminal records without even knowing the whole story. We judge and point fingers at others, not realizing that there are 3 other fingers pointing right back at us, which means that we are 3 times as guilty than the person that we're judging. As a world, we're corrupt. We're deceived because majority of us have this belief or this conception of better than, meaning some of us may say, I'm better than him because I drive a Lexus and he drives a Ford. I'm better than them because I make $80,000 a year and they make $30 a month. I'm better than them because I live in the suburbs and they live in the projects. Or we're better than them because we're from the United States and they're from a third world country. Or I'm better than her because I'm married with 2 kids and she has 5 kids by 5 different guys. In actuality, no one is better than the next person. Everyone has skeletons in his or her closet. Everyone has done something that he or she is ashamed of. You may be better at square dancing than I am. I may be a better football player than you are. You may be better at hiding your criminal activities than I was. Does that make you better than me? No, it doesn't. You may be better at certain activities than I am, and I may be better at other activities than you are. But that doesn't make either of us better than the next person, which gives me no right to judge you on this basis or on that basis. My peers and I are here because we made unwise choices. Unwise choices, not because we're any less than person than anybody else. We committed the crimes and we are doing our time. And we're not asking for sympathy. We're not asking for you to feel sorry for us. But we are asking that you not judge us based on the current clothes that we have or our current residence. We are asking that you not try to take the law into your own hand by treating us poorly or as we're less than human. Because most of us here comes from broken and fatherless homes. And we deal with abandonment, we deal with rejection, and we have a lot of trust issues. We were abused in many different ways, and we adopted those behaviors as we grew up. Most of us don't know what it means to have healthy relationships. Not to mention, we have problems with authority because we never had a firm foundation at home. Again, we're not asking for sympathy. We're not even asking for you to feel sorry for us. We ask that you not judge us. by these cement walls or these razor wire gates. Because who knows? You could have an argument with your wife and the neighbors hear yelling and they hear something breaks and you get arrested for domestic violence with no questions asked. You could have one too many drinks at an office party and while you're driving home, you kill that little old lady crossing that street or that little kid riding his bike. Or your family could be in danger and you grab a gun and kill the perpetrator. Next thing you know, you're living in a gated community with paid security, with clothes tailor-made by Bob Barker. In other words, you can be me. So don't judge us because of where we are or what we have done. That doesn't make us any less than you, any less than a person, than anybody else. Let me give you a visual of what I'm speaking about. I have a picture of some inmates who obviously committed some kind of crime to get where they are. They committed everything from rape, murder, robbery, fraud, embezzlement, and the list goes on and on. But does that make them any less than a person? Or does that mean that they're a bad person because they made unwise choices? No, it doesn't. What about this lady? She looks honest, she looks professional, she looks like she's successful. But her untold story is that she started off as an intern, married with 2 kids. And the only way she thought that she can get ahead in life was to do sexual favors for her boss. Now, she's the #1 accountant for a multi-billion-dollar company. And not to mention, she's stealing money from her company because every dollar that comes in, she takes 2% and puts it in a secret bank account in Europe. So does that mean that she's better than these guys because they got caught and she didn't? Or because she looks the part? No, it doesn't. What about this guy? He looks professional. He looks to be an upstanding citizen. He looks honest. But his untold story is that he's a CEO of a company with more than 200 employees underneath him. He's cheating on his wife with his secretary. He drinks and drives just about every night. And he's stealing money. He's committing tax fraud. And behind closed doors, he abuses his wife and kids. So does that make him better than me because he's in a magazine with a suit and tie and I have on khakis and a pair of Reeboks? Something to think about. For those of you who aren't in khakis and may be viewing this recording, I pose these questions. If your life was on display for the whole world to see, would you still be married? Would you still have your job? Or would you be in prison along with us? Would you be able to say, I'm better than him, I'm better than her, I'm better than them? Something to think about. Behind these walls, there's everything from doctors, lawyers, coaches, firefighters, police officers. There's veterans who served in every branch of the military, both in wartime and in peacetime. There's coaches, there's sons, fathers, husbands, brothers, uncles. There's sons and grandsons. There's humans. Don't forget that. Growing up, most of us were taught not to judge a book by its cover or its placement on the shelf. But yet we still do it. I do it, you do it, we all do it. And if there's anyone who say they don't do it, they're lying to themselves and they're lying to everyone else. So don't, like again, we ask you not to judge us by the clothes that we wear or our current residence. And to my fellow inmates, my peers, yes, we have done something wrong. We committed a crime. Yes, we have made unwise choices. But it's not a time for us to start feeling sorry for ourselves, nor is it a time to give up. See, life is about opportunities and second chances. But the funny thing is, everybody wants a handout. Everybody wants something for nothing. If you want something, you have to work hard, you have to go get it. Because nobody's going to give you anything. You have to go get it. And don't let anyone belittle you or look down on you as if you're inferior to them or less than them. And surely, don't let anyone treat you like you're a nobody, because you are a somebody. How do I know you're somebody? Because my mom told me when I was about 2 or 3 years old. And we all know that mom knows best. She would ask me a series of questions and I would give her a response. She would ask me, what are you? I'm a black American. How do you stand? I stand tall. Who are you? I am somebody. How do you know you're somebody? Because God made me somebody. He didn't make me a nobody. God makes somebody. He doesn't make nobody. So my friend, you and you and you are somebody. So don't let anyone tell you any different. I'll leave you with this. Am I really better? Am I really better? For me, no and yes. No, because I'm not better than the next person, nor is the next person better than me. Yes, because I'm better than what I have been, and I'm better than what I've done to get me here. What about you? Are you really better? A better question would be, are you striving to be better? Before I turn it back over to our Toastmaster, I would like to say a special thanks to Miss Millette. Thank you for supporting us so much. Thank you for believing in us so strongly. Thank you for treating us like humans and not like inmates. We appreciate you. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Grimando, Toastmasters International, for bridging the gap between these walls and the outside world. See, most of us weren't taught to be responsible or to keep our promises. But through programs like Toastmasters, we're learning responsibility by attending meetings and fulfilling roles. We're also learning to keep our promises by being a part of something bigger than ourselves, being a part of a club, a team, a family. So thank you for being a part of our success, both individually and as a club. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to seize the day. Carpe Diem, Mr. Toastmaster.